It's a beautiful day, there is no rain, so it's a bit windy, so we have tried to stack our stuff together so it doesn't fly around. And different fixtures here, this was the belt that we managed to take off. We had to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to do that. I'm going to show you a magical trick. So we take this off, then we take this off, but it's just magically levitating in the air. We are going to apply some masking tape along the waterline so we don't cover any of the Gelcoat with our primers. So now we are putting the primer light, fixing the shadiest spots on the boat, and then we'll let it dry for 4 hours or so, and then put a nice good layer of gray underwater primer. Today we are going to prime the hull with 2 sorts of primers to make sure that there is good coverage, and then we can put anti-fouling. So before we put anti-fouling, we also put the underwater primer to bind the old anti-fouling paint. So JB already put some primer over here, and then this other side is looking like that. This is the problem spot that we have been worrying most about, and then now it's all covered with primer. Hopefully it's gonna be protected for this season enough, and then we'll see how it looks after the summer. Wondering how to paint under these supports, and then we have been getting some advice on that, but for now we decided just to paint around wherever we can reach, and then just think about this and worry about this later, maybe again at the end of the season. While JB is finishing the priming, I'm gonna work on these nasty little dent, and I'm gonna just sand it a little bit, degrease with acetone, and then put some leftover light primer on top of it, so we would be prepared to put epoxy in there. The toughest challenge of today is opening the white spirit bottle. JB already opened it once, and now like a second time it doesn't work for some reason. We are already sailing without the sails. JB is on the helm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the boat is rocking a little bit because it's a windy day. Let's have a look at what we have here before the underwater primer paint job. So this nice spot fixing here, sealing the keel attachment, like also painting underneath the keel as much as we can reach. Then this kind of little spots here. Now we are just waiting for our primer light to dry, and also we have been fixing the small dents on the bow. I finished priming the bow. It looks very ugly, to be honest. I'm sorry. Somehow I expected to make it very, very kind of accurate and neat paint job, but the primer also fixed all the little cracks, which is a good thing, but the bad thing is that it looks a little bit rough. Now JB is fixing the small spot on the seat and the cockpit, and we're just trying to use the leftovers of the white primer, because we're still waiting for the white primer to get dry on the hull. Now JB is going to give us a masterclass on how to make an autopilot while you're on the winter storage.
Yeah, the goal is just to keep it straight, and just gonna do like, I don't know, 8 knots.
Just improvise.
Is it still straight?
Now JB has already started with the underwater primer. He's working with a small brush, applying it carefully, and we are going to have a metal boat. It's 1751. We have just done some groundwork with brushes on the not so much accessible areas like the rudder, and then also this drainage hole here, and then also the speedometer thing here. And now we are gonna start rolling the underwater primer on top of this mess. Now the metal boat is coming together. It's turning from red Elli to metal Elli. Exactly. We always wanted to have a metal boat. We just realized we don't have enough underwater primer, so JB went to get some more in a shop nearby, and I continue painting for now. JP just called me. The shop that sells the paints does not have the underwater primer, so that means that we cannot finish this today, sadly.
See Andrew painting meticulously from a very empty pot. The last part that we put like light primer, because it has to be covered before we leave it like for a few days off.
So that's the result of our work today. Priming with light primer, priming with underwater primer, running out of primer. Primarily priming today. I had to say that.